Utah is often hailed as one of the safest and friendliest places to call home, but there's a side of it that most never see, places where the charm fades and where shadows creep in. Today, we're venturing into Utah's hidden dark spots, revealing the cities that seem picture perfect until you look a little closer. Forget the postcard perfect mountains and the quaint towns. There are places in Utah that you might want to avoid if you're looking to buy a house. I'm sharing unsafe neighborhoods with eerie histories and crime rates that are off the charts. If you're considering making Utah your home, or if you already live here, this video might change everything. Just to be clear, I'm not talking about the usual suspects. Cities you expect, like West Valley City, South Salt Lake, or even Ogden. These are the ones that seem safe on the surface, the ones that catch you off guard. I've spent hours combing through the most recent statistics and articles to give you the most accurate list possible to help guide those of you who are looking to make a move within the state. Just so you know, the property crime rate in Utah is 7,615 for every 100,000 residents. The FBI property crime report includes burglary, larceny, theft, vehicle theft, and arson. In short, these offenses are defined by the taking of money or property. They are not crimes against people. The violent crime rate in Utah is 1,026 per every 100,000 residents. The FBI looks at 4 crimes: murder and non-negligent manslaughter, rape, robbery, and aggravated assault. These offenses include force or threat of force. My main focus when rating each city is violent crime, but property crime was also taken into consideration when making the final rankings. You might be curious to know that not a single Utah County metro made this list, but one came kind of close. So what is the most dangerous city in Utah County? American Fork. With nearly 43,000 residents, this city is growing fast. Annually, American Fork sees 36 violent crimes and 606 property crimes. Their total crime rate per 1,000 residents is 34.45. This gives the city a crime index score of 8. That score suggests that 92% of the cities in the US are safer than American Fork. But a violent crime rate of only 1.93 is much lower than many other cities here in Utah. There wasn't another city in Utah County that was even close to making the list. Okay, here are your top 5 surprising Utah cities that you might want to avoid moving to. I'm gonna work my way down the list to the most unexpected location on the list. Number 5, Murray, located just 10 minutes south of Salt Lake City. Annually, the city of Murray sees 178 violent crimes and 2,532 property crimes. Their total crime rate per 1,000 residents is 54.79. This earns them an unforgiving crime index score of only 2. Murray also has one of the highest crime rates in the state, but with a lower violent crime rate than many others on this list, sitting at 3.6, you're far more likely to be a victim of theft. Number 4, Tooele. History has shown that when people get bored, they get into trouble. I'm guessing that's one thing that's happening here. This once peaceful farming community is located 30 to 45 minutes to the west of Salt Lake City. The affordable housing makes Tooele a popular destination for those who work in Salt Lake City. Annually, Tooele sees 177 violent crimes and 692 property crimes. Their total crime rate per 1,000 residents is the lowest on this list at 22.52. This earns Tooele a crime index score of 18, but a shocking violent crime rate of 4.59 solidifies their place in the top 10. The biggest shocker by far is number 3, Moab. It's one of the most unique towns in Utah and maybe the world. This quaint desert destination is home to some of the craziest landscapes in the US. It's popular for hiking, biking, off-roading, adventuring, and more. But like many other small town tourist traps, trouble seems to follow. Or maybe it's the skinwalkers. But I'm not going there. Anyway, annually Moab sees 39 violent crimes and 106 property crimes. Their total crime rate per 1,000 residents is 27.25. This earns them a crime index score of 13, which is much better than most on the list. But Moab has a sweltering violent crime rate of 7.33. A lot of these troubles come from out-of-towners, but it's still something to be concerned with if you plan to visit or move to this area. Number 2, Salt Lake City. I'm not shocked to find the capital city on this list, but I didn't expect good old Salt Lake City to come in so low. The state has successfully revitalized several dilapidated parts of the city, and I don't feel unsafe when I'm in downtown. But the filth of humanity is often drawn to the shadows of big cities. So why would Utah's largest city be any different? Annually, Salt Lake sees 2,004 violent crimes and 13,573 property crimes. Their total crime rate per 1,000 residents is higher than any other city on this list at 76.11. This gives the capital city a crime index score of 1. So according to this data, 99% of US cities are safer than Salt Lake City. A violent crime rate of 9.79 is also the highest of all cities on this list.
Damn!
Number 1, Park City, which sits atop the Wasatch Mountains, 45 minutes from Salt Lake City, at an elevation of 7,000 feet. This idyllic town is known for its incredible ski resorts and the Sundance Film Festival. But don't let the charm of this sinful little city fool you. Park City is known for its wild and extravagant parties, seeing 42 violent crimes and 204 property crimes annually. The total crime rate per 1,000 residents is 29.38. That earns this crazy little town a frosty crime index score of 11. That's not a terrible ranking, but having a violent crime rate of 5.02 isn't something to be proud of. Overall, Utah's an incredible place to live and visit. It's considered one of the safest states in the US, especially when considering the super low violent crime rate. So how does Utah compare to other states? Using 52 key safety indicators, Wallet Hub ranks Utah as the 4th best state to live in. Utah earned top rankings for financial and workplace safety, but surprisingly received low marks for personal and residential safety. LLC Buddy recently updated their national crime rate statistics to show the following. Utah has fewer burglaries than 12% compared to 16% nationwide. Utah's violent crime rate is much lower than the US average, but property crime rate is 26% higher. I found it interesting that last year, US News ranked Utah as the number 1 place to live. Utah received number 1 rankings for economy and fiscal stability. Crime and corrections came in at number 15. That's not horrible, but US News also recently named one Utah city among the most dangerous. They ranked Salt Lake City as the 11th most dangerous city in the country. Now, I don't know how they came to that number or what data they used, and I'm not sure if I agree. But it does remind me to remind you that data can be skewed by any number of things, and a random act of violence could catapult a traditionally safe city way up the list. It's not exact science, but I've done my best to be as accurate as possible. Hopefully this will help guide those of you who are planning to visit or make a move somewhere within the state. Obviously, I'm not telling you where you should or shouldn't move. Please do your own research. And if you agree or disagree with something on my list, or if you think I left something out, I'd love to hear from you. Please share your thoughts below. If you're wondering if it's a good time to buy a house in Utah, you'll want to watch my recent video, Huge Utah Real Estate Update. This will happen next. Look for the link to that video below. If you're looking to buy, sell, build a home, or invest in Utah real estate, I get contacted all the time. Please feel free to call or text me with your questions. I'd love to meet you, and I'm honored to serve you. For everyone else, please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below. If you have a friend or family member who'd like this video, you can easily text it to them. And please, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and ring the bell to be notified each time I post new videos. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Ty, the Real Estate Guy. If you found this information helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to ring that little bell below. It'll make you feel good.